All right, so let's start. Hi, everyone. My name is Abraham, and I'm the founder and CEO of ZecOps. I also previously founded Zimperium. I'm the chairman of the board. And before that, I was security researcher at Samsung and IDF. Before we start, if there's one thing I would like you to take from this presentation is that there is a very valuable source of input that most organizations are not utilizing, and that is crashes. We are using crashes for multiple purposes. The main one is to reveal attackers' mistakes. Attackers' mistakes would manifest in anything from unexpected reboots, application crashes, hangs, blue screens, and panics. But it's not only that. You can actually use crash analysis to gain the upper hand, not just in cybersecurity, but also benefit IT ops and DevSecOps. In terms of IT ops, you can actually gain visibility to software and hardware issues. You can increase productivity and enable work from home, as well as potentially reduce cloud cost when identifying cloud-related issues that manifest in crashes. Same with DevSecOps. You can cluster crashes into issues, enhance your security, and as well as fix pressing issues and increase user engagement. Our solutions are agentless, and we have developed a platform to find and leverage attackers' mistakes. We have this platform available for iPhones and iPads, as well as endpoints and servers. And we also do analysis for emails as well. The endpoints and servers tool allows you to have capabilities that were just not available before. You would usually need to have manual services happening over a period of few months. And using ZecOps platform, you can actually extract and detect attacks very fast and be able to extract the exploits and the payloads the attackers are using. In terms of iPhone and iPads, this actually got pretty big last week where we released vulnerabilities that we saw triggers for them in the wild for the mail application. It got a lot of coverage. It was covered by Forbes, by Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, and many other articles, actually thousands of them. The vulnerability is quite severe because it exists since iOS 6 and it allows remote code execution. And we have seen triggers in the wild on multiple organizations globally. The vulnerability exists in the default mail application of iOS. So basically every iPhone has it. So if they have the vulnerability, if they have the default mail application, then they are vulnerable for this particular attack. You can read more about this in our blog. It's really gotten pretty big last week, so probably heard about it one way or another. We are quite young, but we already have great customers, including Smartphone, First National Bank of Israel, multiple governments, BBC, Trigem in Korea, and many others. We are working with more than 28 partners globally, including KPN, Swisscom, MTech, and others. And we are quite partners friendly. So we have built a partner enablement platform that allows partners to send automated emails, have introductions, be able to generate quotes, register leads, and provide all the information that a partner would need. Thank you very much. I would love to stay in touch. This is my email. Thank you, Rohit, and the Plug and Play team.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zook. And I think just to start, definitely want to double click on the recent kind of news coverage with this zero-click kind of exploit. I guess I'm wondering if you can help us situate the role that it's playing in the kind of exploit chain and to understand just how deadly this kind of vulnerability is.
This is one of the worst vulnerabilities ever discovered in iPhones. Because it allows remote triggers. It's pretty convenient for exploitation. And it's not often that there are public triggers to remotely exploitable vulnerabilities. We see triggers for bugs all the time, but for remotely exploitable vulnerabilities, that's actually quite rare. So in our data, we saw that multiple times with very suspicious triggers.
Got it. And looks like, two different questions. The first is, trying to clarify, whether or not ZecOps is security analytics. And the second question, related is how you're doing monitoring without an agent.
So we are doing security analytics for crashes, but also crash analytics for other purposes, like IT ops and DevSecOps. And the way we monitor it without an agent is we simply ride on top of the existing operating system capabilities to send logs. This allows us to actually see the data from the device. So for example, in Windows environment, what we do is we change the configuration of the device. Instead of sending the crashes, hangs, and blue screens to Microsoft, they send it to our server or an on-premise server. And by doing that, we actually don't operate at all times. We only operate whenever a trigger has happened. So that gives us the opportunity to run during exactly the time of the attack, which allows us to actually extract whatever exploits they were using or payloads. It allows a lot of flexibility. So that's how we implemented our solution in an agentless way.
Got it. Super helpful. And I guess just another question is kind of wondering, in terms of the automation that's in play with your incident response, does that require a human in the loop, or can a lot of the actions be automated?
It doesn't require necessarily a human in the loop, and a lot of it is about collecting the data and being able to use it. So you can use it for threat hunting, you can use it for other purposes. We can actually do the responsible disclosure for the company, so they don't necessarily need to have iOS experts or Windows experts. And then whenever that's patched, basically we block the attackers from reinfecting you using the same vulnerabilities.
Got it. Super helpful. Thank you so much for joining us today, Zec. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.